Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Triple R Ryan's Real Reactions. And today is a big video where we are covering the case of Bryan Kohberger. And yesterday, the family of Kaylee spoke out against Bryan at his sentencing, where he will be getting life in prison. And I've heard that this is some pretty heavy, deep stuff with some pretty big moments here from Kaylee's sister. May Kaylee rest in peace. May all the victims from this case rest in peace. So let's watch it here. Full video. Kaylee family speaks at Bryan Kohberger sentencing. And I don't know how to say her last name because I believe they say Kaylee Goncalves, but here it's Kaylee Goncalves or Calvez. I just don't know. Someone please let me know how to pronounce that as always. But here we go.
Our next would be members from the Kaylee Goncalves family.
Maybe it is Goncalves.
First will be her father, Steve Goncalves.
The volume of this may go up and down, so at some parts, if it's low, just know that it'll probably go high at some parts because some of these mics are sensitive on these. So, and what am I blocking? Literally just another angle of Bryan. So we don't need two angles of Bryan. One is enough of that creep. I believe this is the father. Let me just make sure.
Family.
Make sure.
First will be her father's.
Okay, there you go.
Today, you've lost. Today, we are here to finish what you started. Today, you've lost control. Today, we are here to prove to the world that you picked the wrong families. The wrong state, the wrong police officers, the wrong community. You tried to break our community apart. You tried to plant fear. You tried to divide us. You failed. Instead, your actions have united everyone in their disgust for you. Investigators, to their shock, they worked in an investigation and actually worked with Pennsylvania police officers and the federal FBI.
I can already tell that this man Bryan's going to have zero emotion. I could just tell that he may not even move a muscle through this entire thing. That doesn't surprise me. And he looks really ugly in orange, let me just say that. Also, on a positive note, it looks like we do have Santa Claus right here in the audience.
United everyone. Everyone was united after you. None of us are divided. We are united in our disgust and our love for these children. Today you have no name.
Love that.
Because when this all started, we all came together and we said, let's stop even talking about his name and just use initials. See,
I'm good with that. BK, I'm good with that.
even the media just calls you BK.
I like that. He doesn't deserve for his name to be said.
Looking back, police officers knocked on my door, told me what happened to my child, told me what happened to Maddie Mae. I don't think he was even out of the driveway before my kids turned around, looked at me and said, "What do we do, Dad?" I told them, "You get to work. You get your ass to work." And we started calling, we started texting, we started emailing. And you know what? Within hours, we had your white car on the camera. We knew from the very beginning we had you. Police officers tell us within minutes they had your DNA, like a calling card. You were that careless, that foolish, that stupid.
I like this because I feel like BK, I'm not going to speak about his name anymore, but I feel like BK thought that he was going to be like the perfect criminal here and that he was outsmarting everybody. I like that he's being talked down to like, you were sloppy. You weren't even good at this. You're dumb. You look foolish.
Master degree, you're a joke. Complete joke. But we took this disaster and we did what we could. We put everything online. We took our kids, we took our images, we took everything that they did, their videos, their photos, the girls' pranks, Ethan singing. We put it out there, we shared it with the world. And the world united. And all they ended up, when they talked about this case, is they talked about Kaylee Jade, Maddie Mae, Xana, and Ethan.
Yep. Rest in peace to them.
Everything what these people meant to us, a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, we shared that with our community. Then we shared it with our state. We shared it with the country, and eventually we shared it with the world. The world's watching because of the kids, not because of you.
Yep.
Nobody cares about you.
Yep. Love it.
You're not worth the time, the effort to be remembered. In time, you will be nothing but two initials forgotten to the wind. No visitors, nothing more than initials on an otherwise unmarked tombstone.
Wow. Unmarked tombstone is heavy right there. Very poetic, too. Also, this is at the Idaho 4th District Court at Ada County Courthouse in Idaho.
From this moment,
and then, who uploaded this? I always like to give credit. I apologize. I didn't. Fox 32 Chicago uploaded this video. Shout out to them.
All started. From this moment, we will forget you. We want to all leave in closing. One last thing. And we're laughing at you on your trip to Penn. That will be today or tomorrow. I'll close with, God bless all the men and women that worked on this case and all the hard work that you guys did. You guys allowed us to grieve and allowed us to get through this. The amount of work that you guys put together and the way that you guys put it together was beautiful. There was hard times.
That's a good father right there. Lost his daughter. His daughter was brutally killed, yet he is still on a very important moment of his life, thanking the people that put this coward to justice. You know, and that just shows what a good guy he probably is, and what he had to go through, and understanding the amount of work that goes into this, because there were a lot of people that thought he was going to get away with it. People in my comments thought he was going to get away with it, that he was innocent, that BK didn't do it, or that it was this. Well, guess what? Let's put that to rest now. Okay?
To be expected. But thank you all. God.
And I don't even think I don't even know if he's listening. He might, like, who knows what's going on in that guy's, when that freak's head.
Bless.
Thank you.
Powerful words there. I know that I believe the sister's going to really, really crush this.
Stephen Goncalves, Kaylee's brother.
Okay, here comes Kaylee's brother. So Kaylee's father, Kaylee's brother, and I believe her sister.
Steven's actually going to pass. I'm going to go.
Alivea Goncalves,
Okay.
Kaylee's sister.
Here we go. I think this is her.
Hello. I'd like to start by thanking the court for allowing me the time and opportunity to speak today. My name is Alivea, and I'm the big sister of Kaylee Goncalves. Blessed to love Madison Mogan as a sister, too.
If it's skipping, it's not me. It's from the video.
I'm not here today to speak in grief. I'm here to speak in truth. Because the truth is, my sister Kaylee and her best friend Maddie were not yours to take.
Right.
They were not yours to study, to stalk, or to silence. They were two pieces of a whole, the perfect yin and yang. They are everything that you could never be.
Preach.
Loved, accepted, vibrant, accomplished, brave, and powerful. Because the truth about Kaylee and Maddie is they would have been kind to you. If you had approached them in their everyday lives, they would have given you directions, thanked you for the compliment, or awkwardly giggled to make your own words less uncomfortable for you. In a world that rejected you, they would have shown mercy.
Wow.
Because the truth is, I'm angry. Every day I'm angry. I'm left shouting at the inside of my own head everything I wish I could say to you. The truth about me is when I heard the news, I didn't cry. I listened for them. I promised them I would, that I would fight for them, that I would show up no matter what it cost me. I swore I'd never let them feel alone. Because you see, I've always been their heavyweight. I've always been the one to fight the battles they didn't feel ready to fight themselves. All it ever took was a call, and they knew I would handle it for them, no matter the time, no matter the cost. They could wave their white flag because they knew I would never back down, not for them, and not even death could change that.
Man. Once again, I don't know if he's listening, but I know everybody else is. It's already powerful.
Somewhere along the line, I started to think about what I would say to them if I was given just one last chance. If I could gather enough heartbreak or love or sacrifice or whatever it took to get just one message across, what would I say? Throughout this entire process, I've written my feelings down at every moment, my wishes, my love, my denial, my anger. And as one final act of love, I'd planned to read these thoughts, even jarring and discombobulating and not even making sense. Because for me, that was true love. As bare and as naked as it could be, not laced in pretty words or dressed for the occasion, but written through bleary eyes at 2 a.m. with clenched fists, angry at this reality. My true final act of love was to continue on without them, for them.
Man.
That dream to read aloud my love to them, to bring meaning through pain, was the latest blow in realizing you don't deserve it.
It's a shame that this camera cuts her off. I mean, you can see her a little bit, but I'd love a camera on her, and, you know.
And Kaylee and Maddie don't need it. Kaylee and Maddie have always known my love, and they would never ask me to prove it by further victimizing myself to a defendant who has shown no guilt, no remorse, no apprehension.
That's the thing about him that's so frustrating, is he's been so smug, he's been so lifeless. Even when he pled guilty, there was no remorse in his face. There was nothing in his face. Even here, he looks like he's just listening to a teacher give a lecture to the class. There is no emotion there. He is a sociopath and a psychopath. A typical person that has to fake emotion and had to fake emotion to fit in. So that, because a normal human being would never do something like this. And they wouldn't be able to sit there with no shame, making eye contact with someone whose sister you took. Coward.
They would say to me, why would you give the satisfaction
Right.
of showing vulnerability now? You promised you would never back down. And for that clarity, I'm thankful. I won't stand here and give you what you want. I won't offer you tears. I won't offer you trembling. Disappointments like you thrive on pain, on fear, and on the illusion of power.
Yep.
And I won't feed your beast. Instead, I will call you what you are. Sociopath.
There it is. Exactly what I said.
Psychopath.
Yep.
Murderer.
Yep. Coward.
I will ask the questions that reverberate violently in my own head, so loudly that I can't think straight most any day. Some of these might be familiar, so sit up straight when I talk to you.
Woo! Whoa! Yeah, I'm about to sit up straight for that. Wow. Now, no emotion from him, huh?
How was your life
Of course there's no emotion from him.
right before you murdered my sisters?
Damn, she said sit up straight. Woo!
Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your apartment? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this time. Why did you choose my sisters? Before making your move, did you approach my sisters? Detail what you were thinking and feeling. Before leaving their home, is there anything else you did? How does it feel to know the only thing you failed more miserably at than being a murderer is trying to be a rapper?
Oh my God. I forgot that he was a rapper. I remember seeing that in the first part of the video I made on Bryan last month. Wow.
Did you recently start shaving or manually pulling out your eyebrows? Why November 13th? Did you truly think your Amazon purchase was untraceable because you used a gift card? How do you find it enjoyable to stargaze with such a severe case of visual snow? Where is the murder weapon? The clothes you wore that night? What did you bring into the house with you? What was the second weapon you used on Kaylee? What were Kaylee's last words? Please describe in detail the level of anxiety you must have felt when you heard the Bearcat pull up to your family home on December 30th, 2022. Which do you regret more? Returning to the crime scene 5 hours later, or never, ever going back to Moscow, not even once, after stalking them there for months? If you were really smart, do you think you'd be here right now?
Whew. I love this. Reading him to filth, as we say.
What's it like needing this much attention just to feel real?
Damn.
You're terrified of being ordinary, aren't you? Do you feel anything at all? Or are you exactly what you always feared? Nothing.
Phew.
If you're so powerful, then why are you still hiding, defendant? You see, I'm here today as me. But who are you? Let's try to take off your mask and see. You didn't create devastation. You revealed it in yourself. And that darkness you carry, that emptiness, you'll sit with it long after this is over.
Yep.
That is your sentence. And it was written on the wall long before you ever pled guilty.
Like I said, when I made that video about Bryan, and I had some people in my comments saying that I was a fool for saying he was guilty. Just like she said, the writing was on the wall. You can see it in someone's face. You can see it with how they act and how they hold themselves. Sometimes it's obvious. With him, it was obvious.
You didn't win. You just exposed yourself as the coward you are.
Yep.
You're a delusional, pathetic, hypochondriac loser.
Woo!
Who thought you were so much smarter than everybody else.
He really did too, huh? The fact that he had that criminal degree, thought that he could cover things up, and they would say, no, it can't be him. Of course he was looking these things up. It was his major. I know in his mind he thought, hey, man, they're never going to think that. They would never think it's me. Come on.
Constantly scolding, turning your nose up to grammar mistakes, nitpicking and criticizing others.
Oh, he's a
You
grammar
wanted
person.
so badly to be
The grammar police are the worst.
different, to be special, to be better, to be deep, to be mysterious.
To be human.
You found yourself thinking you were better than everyone else, and you thought you could figure out the human psyche and see through it, all while tweaked out on heroin.
Whoa!
Lurking in the shadows made you feel powerful.
I didn't know he was an addict.
Because no one ever paid you any attention in the light. You
An addict almost humanizes him. I didn't know he was a heroin user.
thought you were exceptional, all because of a grade on a paper. You thought you were elite because your online IQ test from 2010 told you so. All of that effort just to seem important. It's desperate. There is a name for your condition, though. Your inflated ego just didn't allow you to see it. Wannabe.
Wow.
You act like no one could ever understand your mind, but the truth is you're basic. You're a textbook case of insecurity disguised as control. Your patterns are predictable. Your motives are shallow. You are not profound. You're pathetic. You aren't special or deep, not mysterious or exceptional. Don't ever get it twisted again.
And I hope, like, I know he's not going to react, but I hope that he thinks about this when he's sitting in that jail. I really hope so. I hope that all these things that she's saying hit him like a truck all at once. And he goes, wow. She was right, huh? And I hope that sits with him for the rest of his life, and I hope it rots him in the core.
No one is scared of you today. No one is intimidated by you. No one is impressed by you. No one thinks that you are important. You orchestrated this like you thought you were God. Now look at you, begging a courtroom for scraps. You spent months preparing, and still all it took was my sister in a sheath. You worked so hard to seem dangerous, but real control doesn't have to prove itself.
Wow.
The
That was
truth
deep.
is, the scariest part about you is how painfully average you turned out to be.
Sheesh.
The truth is, you're as dumb as they come. Stupid, clumsy, slow, sloppy, weak, dirty.
Yo, this is incredible. This is incredible. She is destroying this man verbally. I got to make that the title. So I got to put the word verbally destroyed in there, or the words, because this is a takedown of this clown coward.
Let me be very clear. Don't ever try to convince yourself you mattered just because someone finally said your name out loud. I see through you. You want the truth? Here's the one you'll hate the most. If you hadn't attacked them in their sleep, in the middle of the night, like a pedophile, Kaylee would have kicked your fucking ass.
Damn.
Thank you.
Wow. That was brilliant. And I know that's not easy to do that. And I'm sure there had to be a ton of nerves and fears. But my goodness, absolutely kudos to her for saying to this man what needed to be said. And you know what? I bet Kaylee would have kicked his ass. I really do. He's a feeble, weak man. And like she said, he had to do all this when they were sleeping, disoriented. Wow. Wow, that even got some claps. I don't even think you're supposed to clap, but how can you not? That should have been it. How can you even follow that? Not that there's a, who cares, but my God. That was awesome. Good for her. I hope this brought some sort of, just some sort of, support to the family and gave them some closure,
Next is Kristi Goncalves, Kaylee Goncalves' mother.
Here comes Kaylee's mom. This has got to be hard for her, man.
Thank you, Your Honor. I never imagined having to speak to someone so devoid of humanity. For a long time, I didn't think I'd find the words low enough to meet you where you are. But now I realize this isn't about you. It's about what you've done to me, and I need you to hear it. When you murdered my daughter, Kaylee Jade Goncalves.
It is Gonzalez. Okay, so it's just spelled different. Yeah, that's fine. When I saw Gonzalez, I'm going to say what it is.
You didn't just take her life. You shattered others. You attacked what you could never be, and in doing so, you left a trail of devastation far beyond that house. You stole my peace. You've altered my every waking moment, every sleepless night, the way I view the world, people, safety, trust. It's all been changed by your cruelty. I no longer recognize parts of myself. Joy is harder to find. Laughter feels foreign. The world moves forward, but I'm suspended in a place of sorrow and rage.
You
You've
know,
taken
when I lost my mom when I was 16, I remember moments where, and look, my mom passed away from cancer. She wasn't killed by some psycho. I can't even imagine how that would feel. I don't want to. But I do remember there would be times where I would be laughing or at something, right? But I would catch myself laughing and then think to myself, there's nothing to laugh about. And I would go from laughing to just kind of flat frown face because I'd be like, why am I laughing when I don't have my mom anymore? And that takes a long time for that to go away. You almost feel guilty for being in a good mood, right? Because you're like, it's just tough, man. And then when stuff like this happens, I always say the amount of people it affects, the close family and the friends and the neighborhood, and what you take from them is safety, and what you take from them is their happiness and their glow and their light in life. And when people start to lose their light, it's a sad thing. It sucks. It's hard to get back. It takes a lot of time. Sometimes it's gone forever, especially if you're a mother or a father or a family member who has to go through this. And that's the stuff that I really feel for. Also, we are over halfway through this video. Actually, we're almost done this video. So if you haven't liked the video yet, please consider liking the video. Subscribe to this channel. If you don't mind turning on the notifications, set to show all so you can get every upload right to your phone or your iPad or your tablet or your computer or your Frog Leapster, whatever the hell you have. Palm Pilot. Do people still use those? I don't know. Do that if you don't mind. A lot of stuff to comment on this one, so no need to say anything about that. I'm sure you guys will without me even saying anything. And let's go.
from me something that can never be restored. The grief sits with me every day, some days quietly, and other days so loud it drowns out everything else. The emotional toll you've inflicted on me is immeasurable. I live with a constant ache, with birthdays that are now memorials, with holidays that feel hollow, with empty chairs that scream louder than words ever could.
Yep.
I am forever changed. But for you, as a person working on a PhD in criminal justice, you really didn't think this one through. You're not that good. In fact, you're not that good at anything. You couldn't secure a job. You couldn't get along with others. You couldn't even get a female to look in your direction.
Whew.
All because you are pathetic.
He's just such a robotic weirdo. He's like an animatronic. You know? Like, I'm really trying to... When I watch these, I want to kind of pick things apart. I want to dissect things. What is there to dissect with him? Nothing.
Now you're a joke in this courtroom.
Yep.
I wish I could crown you with a jester hat to complete your orange jumpsuit clown look.
Yes, I called him a clown too. I agree. Get him, Mama. Let's go.
A dead killer doesn't kill again. So while I'm disappointed the firing squad won't get to take their shots
Wow, dead killer doesn't kill again. Whew.
at you, I'm confident that the men in prison will
Yep.
have their way with you in
Yep.
more ways than one.
Yes, they will.
You will finally get what you wanted. Physical touch.
Ooh.
Just probably not how you were expecting it.
Oh my God, yo, they are just destroying this, man. I love this. She is going in too.
See, you haven't beat the system. You've simply entered a new one.
Yep.
Where the rules are cruel and the consequences will never end. You are entering a place where no one will care who you are and no one will ever respect you.
Yep.
You will be forgotten, discarded, used, and erased. You will always be remembered as a loser, an absolute failure.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
when those prison doors slam shut behind you, I hope that sound echoes in your heart for the rest of your meaningless days.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope it reminds you of what we all already know. You're nothing. May you continue to live your life in misery. You are officially the property of the state of Idaho. where your fellow inmates are anxiously awaiting your arrival. But it's okay, because they're there to help you. Hell will be waiting.
Hell will be waiting. You're damn right. That sounds like the name of a book. That could be Bryan, I don't want to even say his name. That could be BK's autobiography.
Quick message from our youngest daughter. Aubrey wanted to say, you may have received A's in high school and college, but you're going to be getting big D's in prison.
Oh my God. My gosh. I did not expect that from the youngest daughter. Is no one laughing?
Thank you.
Oh my Lord. Bro, this family just put on a master class. She'll be getting big D's in prison is... Oh, that is just the wildest thing I've ever heard, man. Wow. This is an annihilation. Once again, he looks like he
Do
couldn't
we
care
have
less.
more from the Goncalves family, or are you?
Yes.
Wow.
Next would be Shannon Gray, the Goncalves family attorney. He'll be reading statements from Kaylee Goncalves' grandmothers.
My gosh, I cannot get over that.
Morning, Your Honor. Shannon Gray, the attorney for the Goncalves family. I actually have 3 statements, one from her aunt and 2 from her grandparents.
This is really low volume right now, but
This is from her aunt, Tammy Butts. You, in the cloak of darkness, made a decision to turn our whole family's world upside down forever. You, in the cloak of darkness, took our Kaylee J. Goncalves away from us all without hesitation. Never have you shown any remorse or regret. We just get creepy, non-expressive stares as you have your team of women defend you.
well, I'm glad he said that, man. How could you be a woman and defend this man? How could you even sit there? I know they get paid, and I know that... I'm sorry. Why would you even want to be next to this guy?
Kaylee was a strong, kind, fun-loving, caring person, and she will greatly be missed by all her family and friends for the rest of our lives. She had goals in life that you took from her and us. We lose on watching her enjoying her life, working hard and building the future she wanted. She was ready to start that after college life. You, in the cloak of darkness, took it all away. You left us without her future wedding, her future children that she would have added to our family. No more talking to her on the phone, going for a coffee, celebrating holidays. It's all gone. You, in the cloak of darkness, gave each and every one of Kaylee's family members their own lifetime sentence.
Now he even has their attorney choking up.
You, in the cloak of darkness, also took our Maddie Mae from all of us. She was so genuine, caring, polite. She was part of our family. You came in, harmed our children that were younger women than you in their own beds. You're nothing, you're a coward. It's not right that you have received life. I pray that you meet your end in the cloak of darkness, burn in hell.
Whew. Burn in hell's right.
I have 2 other statements, Your Honor. This is Linda Lucan's statement. This is Kaylee's grandmother. I really don't know how to address something so inhumane, but I will try. Nothing in the past 2.5 years has made any sense. All I get is you cowardly went into a home at night, filled with what I'm sure you thought was all sleeping girls, and went on a vicious killing spree for no other reason but to appease your demonic urges. You took my granddaughter Kaylee from us, plus 3 other beautiful lives. You took my granddaughter Kaylee, beautiful, sweet-souled, doll-faced Kaylee, who was getting ready to start her amazing life, who had such a bright future, who was loved by so many, who you were so envious of.
Yep.
She had a life you could never have.
Did let me know if I missed any. Did any of the other families speak? Was it just the Goncalves families? Was it, you know, just the mix of Kaylee and Maddie's family? Did I, you know, let me know if I missed the other two's families, if there's any clips or videos of that as well, or if you say, hey, no, they just didn't make any statements or something. I'm just not sure.
You are so beyond human. You're definitely a demon from hell.
Yep.
I truly wish your punishment would be the same death you inflicted on our kids. But I think you will meet some new friends in prison
Yep.
who will be there just to help you. Thumbs up.
Couldn't agree more.
Kaylee's other grandmother. John 1:5 says, light shines in the darkness, and the darkness overcomes it not. Somewhere in your life, some jealousy, envy, ego, something went dark. It pushed out all light until you became dark and evil. And when you saw my granddaughter and her friends, their light, because they have such a light, you couldn't stand it. Because the darkness in you could not stand the light in them. And so you decided to destroy it. Cowardly, you walked into their rooms in the dark and took their lives, hoping to get rid of your darkness. But you didn't. You failed. Because you know what was once a light shown only to their friends, families, and loved ones is now all over the world. Everyone sees it. Their smile, their beauty, their plans, everything they were and had. And you think you put a close to it, even that, but you didn't. Because they still exist. They are still light. They are still beautiful. You can never take that away. They will always be in the light of all eternity. And you will be in the darkness because you could not overcome it. You failed. I want you to be gone, more than gone. I want you to be cast out. Cast out from my life, from my family, from this earth. I will not allow your hatred to penetrate into my own soul. You did not get that power. You are evil, and in the end, evil is eradicated. You didn't take Kaylee's light, you spread it into the world.
Amen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Beautiful way to end that. Wow. My goodness, man. Talk about powerful. All sides of powerful for this one. Once again, may BK rot in hell, like they said, and I hope the families, you know, continue to find their light after all of this. And just a horrific act, but you know, I'm glad they had that moment where they could just read this loser to filth. I really am. All right, well, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for sticking to the end. As always, my crew that stays the whole time, hey, I owe you, like, what do you want, like a coffee? I got you, okay? It might be a lot of coffee depending on how many people stay here, but you know what? I got you. Let me know how you like it. Cream and sugar? Huh? Let me know. Like the video if you haven't yet. Subscribe if you haven't, and comment before you go, please. Check out all the videos on the channel. There are so many videos on this channel already, and it's only been 3 months. And look at us go and look at us grow. That's it for me here on Triple R Ryan's Real Reactions. I'll see you on Sunday. Time is flying. It just felt like it was July 4th, and now it's like August almost. What's going on? I don't know. I'll see you Thursday. Sunday. Peace out. I'm leaving this part in. I just can't get the days right. See you Sunday. Love you guys.